And we're on. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome in. And we are live. How are we doing, everyone?
Hello.
Hello.
That came out pretty good. Thanks, Shane.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Nice
Great job.
That is an awesome intro.
Yeah. Hello,
is.
Wicked.
Wiccan, how you doing?
Hello, Wiccan. You did make it.
And we got the Zen Ginger too. Perfect.
Nice.
Yay.
And we got
Mel.
Mel's
Thank
in
you,
as well.
Mel.
we've been
Hi,
Mel.
guys.
So what's everyone been up to while we're waiting on more people to pop in? What have you been up to, Shane?
Just tidying up the garden, cutting back overhanging bushes, things like that. Just trying to get some more light into the place, especially in certain spots, mainly up by the swimming pool, aka the washing line.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that really plays havoc with the temperature, right? When it just doesn't get the sun.
Big fluctuations. Like the main ponds at I'd say 16, 17. Same as the small fry pond. But yeah, the actual swimming pool's at like 12.
Ooh. So you've been swimming in the fry pond.
Yeah. I'm definitely
I don't know if I want to be
main
swimming at
pond
12 degrees Celsius.
I don't want to be getting in the main pond with George.
No, I've got to trim back some of the magnolia and the crabtree and a couple others. Just, I did want some shade over there, but now it's too much shade.
Yep.
And like I told you before, every tree on the property has a significant meaning, whether it was someone's, birth or someone's death. So I can't take them out. Especially the crabtree. That was when my daughter was born. We put that in, and that was before ponds. So I guess that's BP, before ponds.
So
we've got Rick's Koi here now.
Yo, Rick, how you doing?
Yes.
Welcome.
I gotta laugh at good evening. It's just 1 o'clock.
Yeah. Good evening, Rick.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I always write good morning because it's afternoon when your
Well,
K's
it's
doing
what-
stuff. And I always say good
it's-
morning.
It's 6 p.m. your time, right?
Mm.
Well, I don't know about that 12 Celsius, but I'm thinking Maureen, oh, I forgot to do that mirror thing. Darn it. Maureen might want to jump in 12 degrees Celsius right now because she's
It's sweltering out.
super hot. She's working out in the sun today.
We're on the third wall now, building the third wall.
Oh, that's good. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see that.
Yeah.
One of the 12-footer walls. The
Ooh.
10-foot ones were heavy, trying to lift them to carry them up. We have them laying out in the grass. It's like, now we're doing the 12-foot. I'm like, that's going to be super heavy.
Yeah, it was like 24 Celsius here yesterday, but it dropped. I was really hoping my shabumpkins would have bred today because I'm getting a little ticked off with them. And I don't want to artificially breed them.
Yeah.
There's a few females I could strip the eggs right now, but I really don't like doing that if I don't have to.
That's like a last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having natural.
Yeah.
It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit where Wiccan is too. It's hot. It's the humidity too.
Now, where are you, Wiccan?
I believe Texas, isn't it?
Oklahoma, I believe.
Oh, Oklahoma. I knew it was somewhere down there. I know where he's at. It's hot.
Haven't been there, but I always wanted to go.
Yeah, it's super humid where he's at too.
It's nice to have another North American koi fanatic here.
Oklahoma.
And I will definitely have to do this. So pardon me while I go to Wiccan's channel.
Yep, no worries. He's in River Valley.
I'm just going to click on one of his videos here.
Everyone in
Hit a
chat
thumbs
is
up.
trying to do the convert.
Yeah.
Because apparently there is a way you can convert them in chats.
Oh.
Well, I'm just going to
you see.
subscribe to one of his channels or one of his videos right now, his last one. He's got it set so you can't leave a comment.
Oh, Fish
But I'll
Family
let him know.
did it.
I'll let him know that I'm just
24 is
subscribing now.
equal to 75.2.
See, that kind of
Thank you,
side of
Fish
things,
Fam.
even I don't know about. So yeah, it's interesting. I see people doing like the FFL space stats, and it tells you like how many views you've got at the moment and how many likes on the live and things like that. So that's quite a neat little trick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see more videos there, Wiccan.
Oh, he's got plenty coming up from what he's been saying.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
if you decide,
There you go. So you do FFL stats, and then it shows. Yep. Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
I just want to say, if you decide to subscribe to somebody, do the courtesy of watching their video and letting them know you subscribed. And then, just don't do subscribe for sub. Otherwise, no one gets the benefit other than YouTube.
Well, yeah, because it's not even that. YouTube's algorithm will actually go through it. And
and knock you out.
Put a comment on there, they'll knock it off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You'll still be subscribed. They just won't
yeah.
get the benefit of your subscription.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to watch a video.
It's like just watch a video, or if it's like in between like lives and you're flicking over, just quickly go into a short. They're maximum 60 seconds long.
Yeah.
Just whack a comment in there.
And I usually subscribe from a video I'm watching instead of just going to the channel.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's
what I did.
And I subscribe right from that. Yeah. Hopefully
that's
counts.
I think he only had 10 subs, so now he's got 11.
Yeah. There you go. We'll get him up.
Yeah. Hi, Amy.
I know, I
How are
just
you?
subscribed to him this morning.
Well, we're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doubling his numbers.
Yeah, doubling.
So what do you mean FFL joke? Is it doesn't work well?
Sometimes you
Or?
can put in. Sometimes some of them. I don't know what ones YouTube or StreamYard, shall I say, because it's not actually from YouTube. It's StreamYard's built-in commands. You can't you can't adjust them. So what there is there. Unlike obviously if you put in Stream Elements or anything like that into your system, then you can actually create your own custom commands.
Okay.
Which is what I've been working on over on my one, is so that, you know, the ones that we have on, things like that, they'll have their own set command that you can just, mods can put in the command and it drops their links and all that kind of stuff without actually having to go to the channel, copy the link and then pull it in.
Okay.
I can just go !name and it'll just go.
Oh, that's how they're putting them in so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Rex, I'm just letting you know I'm on your channel right now, watching your short from the last 10 days ago, and you just got another subscription.
Awesome.
If that helps.
Yeah, please feel free to drop links if you want to.
Yeah. And I love it that you have lilies in your pond, because I do.
Rick.
I love them.
Did you see Rick's comment?
Yep. A booby trap.
Well, Mal did ask for a joke. Come on.
True.
Mel asked for a joke, so Rick just gave one. It's always good to have a bit of sense of humor.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what you been up to, Chris?
Yeah, waiting. Oh, Chris.
I have to remember.
Which
yes.
one?
You.
The good-looking one, or me?
You, the good-looking one. There you go. You answer.
Well, I put glasses on, and I'll have to argue on that one. What have I been up to? I've been trying to shoot a couple of videos downstairs in the fish room.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been chaotic at best.
Yeah.
I tried to do some multitasking, which has failed miserably. I think I mentioned to you guys previously before the show started.
You too.
I was working on my Easy Pod and doing the third boil, and it was looking pretty good. And then I was filling it up for one more because I wanted it spotless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Phone rang, and it was my wife and she was calling from work. So she never calls from work, so I knew something had to be up. So I quickly answered it, and she was talking, and I can hear this water gushing and everything falling. And I look out, and it's my Easy Pod, and every piece of media is now on the deck, under the deck, in the garden.
Oh.
Yeah, so I went back there to try to deal with it, and mosquitoes were just wild. So you're trying to pick up stuff and get I'm going, this is just not my day. And then tried to move some fish while I was working downstairs. Got sidetracked again. My wife called again, and like I said, she never ever calls from work unless there's a problem. So I answered it and went out and did what she asked me to do. And I came back and went, oh crap, I forgot my fish that are in a bag. And I'm going, I'm going to come home to fish that I just murdered. But luckily, they were alive.
Good.
So,
yeah.
And other than that, I'm dealing with a heron that likes to visit me, and we're not friends.
No one's
He
friends
took
with a heron.
one of my koi.
Ooh.
Luckily, it wasn't one of my favorite, but it was still a koi that I've had for a couple of years. And yeah, so he's had one meal. He's decided he likes it. So I've got my, the fence area, the wooden fence and a rope that was already there, but he's found a way in. So I've had to put fishing line around. He still lands on my roof, jumps down onto the deck, which is the deck is coming off our bedroom. And, so I usually hear him around 5:36, and then he walks around the decks and looks for his next meal because I've got, so many ponds, and I've got all my shabumpkins out in barrels right now, trying to get them to breed. They're all netted, thankfully. Wiccan says mouse traps. Yeah, my friends use that, but being my dog would set them off.
Yeah, you'd wake up to
Yeah. Well, I've got a big dog. Hey, Caleb.
yeah.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you for stopping
Thank you,
in.
Jane.
I I just couldn't put netting over my main ponds. I don't know. They're just too big. I just wouldn't be able to arch
Yeah.
it. I mean, they're 25 by 30. That's just not going to work. And then there's
No.
other ponds out, right? You're
Didn't
dealing with
realize
over.
exactly.
You're dealing with over 15,000 gallons of water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not a small setup. It takes
I didn't realize the pond was that large.
Yeah, well, there's 4 ponds that flow into the main pond. So, and this, there's a couple that are just bog filter ponds. They're only a few hundred gallons, and then there's one that's a small pond, which is 6 foot round, basically, and 3.5 feet deep that flows into it. And then there's another one that's 6 feet deep by 10 by 15 that flows into the main pond.
Wow.
May have a miracles.
There's a
Thank
lot
you
of
very much for the share.
And, yeah, so it's been a busy few days, and then it was my mom's birthday. We all had the family got together, and we went all out for dinner. So it was nice to see my brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
because that's a rarity.
Family. Yeah, always good to see.
Everyone lives pretty far away.
Oh, ma'am. And miracles.
Hi, Maja. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you've also shared it out as well.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Maja.
That was very nice.
Nice.
So yeah, what have you been up to then, Christine?
Not really much I can do. It's been raining. I even cut a video yesterday, and it was just such a depressing video of rain. And I mean, I even edited it, and I just said, I'm not going to post it. I mean, you want to put out content, you want to be able to have something to watch for somebody, but when it's just so depressing that you can't get anything done, it doesn't really want to. You don't get encouraged to post anything. So until I get some sunshine and no rain, there's nothing I can do. I mean, every single day it starts out nice, and then the clouds come in.
Yep.
And it just poured yesterday, more rain. So it's like I can't do anything. So I sit on YouTube and watch videos. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, there's just nothing I can do. I'm just stuck.
Yeah, we're gonna get that later in the week.
Evening, Vince.
It's overcast now.
It's
Hey, Vincent,
Vince.
but I've got a full week of rain coming up.
oh geez.
Yeah. Well, like
Rain's never
some
good.
of those days are only 50%, but the
Mm.
temperatures are only 18, 19 Celsius. Well, this is cool.
Well, when you have
Love that.
projects that require warm weather and a lot of sunshine, you're stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. You just have to wait.
Yep. Yep.
Let me see.
Yes.
Stay
I'm
sweet.
My crazy cousin is here.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
Oh,
Lord,
lug nut.
I'm grateful that Maureen at least has nice weather where she's building a shed outside. Can you imagine if it rained all weekend?
It has been gorgeous for nonstop days, and Pat's mad that he didn't take. You know, he said, "I wish I'd planned it earlier and taken like Monday and Tuesday off because we could have kept going." You know, but he's got a meeting at work tomorrow, so he can't take Monday off. But I'm trying to talk him into taking Tuesday and Wednesday off. Because once you get started, it's
Tell him to
you
call.
keep going, you know. But it is hot. It does sap the energy right out of you. Where we go a lot faster in the morning, and then like by now it's like, oh, you bend down, you get up, and you're like, whoa, I'm all dizzy.
Well, tell him to call in well. I'm feeling way too good to go to work today.
Yeah, calling well. No kidding. I know.
Yeah.
Like now that I see wall, it's like, oh my god, I just want to put the 4 walls up. I just want to see it. But it's going to be nice. It'll be nice once we get
It's
it.
going to look epic when it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Can't wait.
I can't wait. It'll be my little spot to hang out in every day.
Yeah, Vince
Hey, first
pretty
class.
much summed it up there.
I know. It is
Maureen.
going to be an apartment
Yep.
for me.
Yeah, it's going to be a sheet shed flash filter
Dead
house.
filter house. If I hang out, I might get a little TV in there.
Are you going to heat it?
In the winter, yes.
So what are you going to heat it with?
It's this wall. It's a wall unit, and it's made for like a garage, like if you want to heat your garage. So I'm going to use that.
Is it propane or?
No, it's electric.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to keep it. You know, I don't need to keep it hot 70. I just need to keep it from freezing in there.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm just going to do the same thing in winter. I'm just going to have my aerator and de-icers going. So it's just going to keep it, you know, I'll keep it like whatever, 50 degrees, just so nothing freezes in there. I want to keep, I'm worried about those pipes that go down into the ground. So that's all going to be contained within the shed. So,
Yep.
I'm just thinking, and probably we get Vince and his mind going, because he's good at putting stuff together from wherever he can find, right?
mm-hmm.
And coming up with a way that you could coil some water movement from your pond at a slow rate, that it's going to come in and get warmed up a little bit to go back in the pond, just to keep the pond a little bit warmer as well.
Oh.
Well, technically, if the filters are inside the shed, which will be above.
Oh yeah,
so therefore it should.
They'll warm up too.
Yeah.
And then it goes out.
I'm just thinking if you had a smaller.
It goes out into the Baki shower. Would I still have that water go through that?
I wouldn't run a Baki shower in the winter.
So I'd have to work in.
Not where we live.
I'd have to work in before then, so I have a way to bypass that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to run one of those because it's going to freeze up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have much milder weather than us.
Yeah, like I said, and I never ran any pumps when I had the small pond before. I just unplugged everything. Yeah. Of course, that was small, and I just brought it into the garage, and then I did my
I
just the aerator and a de-icer. That's it for the whole winter. I mean, that's what I did this past winter with this
Right.
one. It never ever froze over. I never really got ice on top of that water.
Yeah, but you guys had a really mild winter.
Yeah, and the year before was kind of the same too.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I just don't trust the weather. I just want to say a quick hello to Jesse and
Yeah.
to Corner Clubhouse.
Yeah,
Nice to
welcome
see you.
in.
That would be Mark.
yeah.
Vince wants to know if you have a
no, I do
compost
not
heap.
have a compost heap. I don't have one.
I know
Why,
what
you
he's
thinking
kind
the
of
heat?
yeah, he's kind
The
of
heat from
thinking
that?
about the leaf mulch heaters, where
Yeah.
basically you put the cylinder inside a load of like chicken wire and then pack a load of leaf in around it, and then as the leaf decomposes, it creates the
Heat.
temperature, which then would heat up inside, which then would just in return would take it into the filter house that way.
All I can think of is those is like wet hay in a farm, right? And we all know
Mhm.
what happens with wet hay in a farm.
Mm.
That would scare me.
Yeah, a lot of places have used them, especially in like up in like Alaska and things like that. They've actually built a unit like with the chicken wire on the back of their greenhouses, and then they just pile the dead leaf and whatnot inside it, and then as it rots down, it then takes the heat from there through the glass or through the
Now,
wood
are they putting like a
into
black
it.
tarp over the top too to attract the
On the
sun?
inside and over. It goes on the inside that connects obviously to the wall so it doesn't rot, and then it comes up and folds over the top, and then you just put a little wooden frame around the top so you can just lift the lid to obviously load up more and then
Right.
shut it back down.
Mhm.
I just wanted to answer a question from first class, or if one of
Yep.
us can. Want to know the smallest fancy goldfish, and they thought the black ranchu. I'd have to think on that.
Yeah.
Ranchu are smaller, as in lengthways, but they're a pretty deep fish. And are we freezing up, or is it me?
Yeah, we
No.
froze for a second
No,
there.
we're good. My end, it's all
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Good on my end.
Yeah, and I
No.
didn't. I couldn't hear Chris for a second there. But
I was trying to answer on the question, and ranchu are one of the smaller in length. Hey, Gord, how are you?
Yeah.
Got a fellow Canadian here.
no,
Yes.
Well, yeah, there's
Lives about
definitely ways you could
3.5
possibly
hours
do
away.
it. And again, just comes down to that research.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome in, Belinda.
Trial and error, a lot of it.
Hmm.
An interesting one that I follow here in Canada, he actually has his pond covered most of the year. He only opens it a couple months, and he's in the city and close, and he's almost on the lake, as in Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
So it's much milder than what we would get. But he's got it rigged that he's got the heat coming directly from his house, coming out in a pipe. So it goes directly to the pond and in, and then right above the water line. And then it's all insulated.
Wow.
So it's just a vent coming from the house that he puts out there. So it doesn't cost him any more than it normally costs him to heat the house, because there's no sensor there. And it's just blowing hot air from every time the furnace kicks on, it heats it up. And he keeps his pond probably around 18 degrees Celsius in the dead of winter.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And the other thing he's done is he's got 2 big bead filters,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got them in the basement of his house. So they're pumped into his house, and that helps heat it as well. And I think it's like genius.
Yep.
But it's pond obviously very close to his house that he can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean on that one.
Yeah.
Definitely an interesting way of doing
Linda.
it, though.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got different ways to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, you'd have to have forced air heating for it to work, and you'd have to have it pretty close, and obviously it's ground level that he could take it out. But if you put an elbow on it, you could probably do it on a raised, and providing you enclosed it, you'd have to have it all enclosed.
Yeah, as long as you got a way for the gases from the heater that would be expelled, so that you are only getting direct heat, then Hey, bro.
Hey, Hobbytown.
Hello, Dean. Hello.
Hi, June.
Only Oscars.
Hi, Dean. They are.
I have to.
You were talking about Ken's koi obsession. Is that what you're talking about, Chris?
No. Sid's koi.
Oh.
I forget his actual channel name now because it's there. Bear with me 2 seconds. You guys carry on, and I'll see if we can find it for you.
Okay.
Okay. Because what you were describing sounded exactly like what my koi obsession has downstairs. That's how I was like, huh? Okay, I wonder if he's talking about him.
Oh, Ken.
No, this is koi run.
Oh.
So
Koi
run, one word, and he's I think Mississauga. I have to admit, I don't know which one his Dean is. Can someone tell
Dean
me?
is Hobbytown. That's my brother.
Yeah.
From a different mother, or actually a brother?
Actual brother. Like, as in, put it this way, Stubbsy. Bro, cup's empty.
Cream first.
I'm waiting.
Cream first.
I'm waiting to hear the door open.
Bring refill.
En route.
That's so funny.
Cheers, bro. Hello.
I did.
Pop in.
That's so funny. That's hilarious.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, he's giving me a hand up in the koi house tomorrow.
Oh, good.
It's nice to have someone do that.
Having a little tidy up there, with all the building work and everything. There's bags of empty sand, so we're just going to pile all the bags inside each other and just give it a tidy up. I think I've got enough compost up there because I've got to lift out one of the acers because it doesn't like the ground it's in. So I'm going to lift it out, repot it, put it into the potting shed, which is pretty warm, and then just see if I can rejuvenate it.
Oh, good.
Because that one's quite a big one.
And it's June's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, June.
Happy birthday, June.
And for your birthday, what do you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Chris, if you remember the video that you put the laughing emoji on when we were digging the hole and we found all the gravel?
Yeah.
We found a use for it. It's going to go around the bottom pond.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, might as well use it for...
if it's there, I
for decorating.
All the stuff I dug out of my property, it's still on my property. It's
It's just in a different location.
Yeah.
It didn't get moved off here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that one. That's got to be done tomorrow. Just getting things tidy up before I go away. Just so it's all done. So he hasn't got. Yeah, he put it all in a hole in the first place. Because obviously it's where the greenhouse used to be.
Yep.
So what he created was that hole in the first place and filled it so that he had a pipe that went into the ground. And then we just put a little box on top with 2 PC fans.
Mhm.
So obviously what it would then do is it would suck the heat out from the ground, shoot it up a 1.5 to 2-inch drain pipe, then have it returning back into the top. So you actually use it as a ground source heat pump.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
Because I don't know how cold you guys can get where you particularly live in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would your pond freeze over at all?
If we didn't have the air pumps going on it, yeah. We're dropping down to I'll say the maximum we get is -5.
Oh, that would be a dream winter. Oh my God, -5.
Oh, frankly, how you doing?
Christine and Maureen, I'll help you out. That's in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That you'd be dancing outside with a hoodie, going, "This is the best winter ever. This is the best."
Oh,
Let's just have a little campfire outside. We'll sit around. It'll be beautiful. Maybe we'll roast some hot dogs. It's only -5. Don't even bother with the hat and the gloves. Sorry, but that would be a dream winter for us, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely for you guys.
Oh, like -40 sucks. I gotta tell you.
it does. We had that this winter. It was cold.
Crazy.
Yeah, you guys can keep that.
Yeah. Put it this way: you can't pee outside at -40.
No, but
No.
you
So, you
can't.
know,
But you can't.
No.
no. Hey, frankly, Coy, how are you? Walking at the right time.
Frank always will.
I would say-
Always.
I'm telling you, I don't miss it. When it's gone, I'm so happy it's gone. I'd rather be hot and miserable than be freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was gonna say you can always take something off, but you get to that point where you can't,
Exactly.
or you
As you were
shouldn't.
saying, our temperatures go from 30 to 115.
Wow.
Speaking of you shouldn't, I watched your short, Chris.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'll never be able to unsee that.
I told you, I warned you, right?
Yeah,
You did warn
give
me.
us the
I
warning
mean,
first.
it's fair. I warned you.
I still wanted to watch it. It's like a train wreck. You got to watch.
Oh yeah.
But it was cool. It was a good video.
At least I wasn't wearing tidy whities.
That's true. That's true. You weren't. That's true.
And
Yeah.
that water just went in that day, and let me tell you, it was a little bit chilly.
That's your
But it was-
defense. Okay.
But it was a not bad day, but there might have been the odd beer involved. Might have been.
Might have been.
Okay, and I will be doing a video of his pond build.
Yep.
Later this summer. And I was his best man at his wedding, and we've been friends for over 40 years.
Wow.
We actually played football against each other way back when. And he's a big, strong lad too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, your physique changes when you get into your late 50s and 60s. So I've been told. So if you happen to watch that video, my apologies.
No, it was good.
There is therapy out there.
Oh, no, it was funny.
It was funny. I'm glad you put that out because
Yeah.
And there
Yeah,
hasn't
good
been
to put a
that
little
too many
quirky one out.
jerks on it making
Comments.
comments of the negative nature. It's just two guys having a laugh
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
are not models, are not swimsuit models. That said, "Hell, I'm jumping into this pond," and we did.
Going in style. Get that cannonball out.
Yeah, yeah. It had to be done because we're
So
idiots.
that's the part that made me laugh. I just thought, is he just going to dive in straight? And as soon as I see them knees come up and you just going straight in, I'm like, yes, cannonball.
You guys are full-fledged idiots. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Red Laser just posted the link to that video.
You,
Hey, yes,
Warning,
Gord.
advisory.
Gord, I thought we were friends, pal.
Sorry, that's funny.
Gord and I actually met up at a show, so
Mhm.
it was a real thrill for me to meet him in person. I got to meet him and his daughter. And if you don't know Red Laser, he's probably the nicest person on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he follows everyone's lives. Just a great guy.
Mhm.
He's like, yes, I did.
Yes. That's
But
funny.
apparently,
Owning
I'll
it.
take that back on a great guy because that's just cruel.
Frankly. No.
Yes, I know. You can't unsee it. Once you've seen it, that's it. It's the image is burnt in your brain.
I should have put a warning on the video. I did warn you guys, and I warned
Yeah.
you folks that are watching. So if you watched it, you'd be becoming one of the idiots too, because you were warned.
Yeah.
It does say warning.
And Ford goes and puts, if I was there, it would have been the three idiots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whereas he would have been straight in with you.
That was a bit of fun.
The more idiots, the more fun.
Yep. Completely agree.
All in good fun.
Mhm.
That's what it all comes down to.
Yep.
Can't
And
take
now
life
that
too
the-
serious all the time.
No.
And now that the fish went in, or some of the fish, he's got a lot more, some more koi and some more shabumpkins to move in there yet. He's got to close down a pond on a different property.
Mm-hmm.
Both he and his spouse are police officers still, and she's with a different police agency, and she gets moved around. So she's currently about 4-hour drive away from home. So they ended up getting a second place. And then she got moved again, which is another hour and a half past where her place is now. So
Wow.
the fun of being
Frankly's asking.
Yeah. Mine are not heated outside.
Nope, mine aren't either. Chris?
They go through the cold.
Nope. Just aeration. And I went deeper into, I dug them deeper so they're into 6 feet because our frost line is 4 feet down. So then you've got 2 feet of ground source heat.
Mm-hmm.
And the ice actually doesn't get that deep on the main pond or the other 6 foot deep one. It probably only gets a maximum of about a foot. Yet I do have a 6 foot round pond that's 2.5 to 3 feet deep on the north side of the property, on the side of the house, so it doesn't get a lot of sun, and it freezes right to the bottom.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I know.
We don't get that.
Yeah, I definitely don't get that cold here.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Canada.
Yeah.
So you want to know how that reflects on fatalities? I've had a couple that cold water stress will get them.
Yeah.
But that's more of a problem with when you get that January melt and you get a couple nice days and then it gets really stupid cold again. And then it's temperature fluctuations that are the worst.
Ugh.
Yeah, those temperature flux are definitely what can shock
Yeah.
them more.
And then you get, basically ulcers on the koi. And because you can't do anything, their immune system shut down, right? Once it hits 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. Their immune system, so they get anything, their bodies can't fight it.
Yeah.
I don't have the ability to, chop through the ice and bring them in. So they've got to be strong enough. And I've had one or two that have, died. And then I've got one big one that she'll get a couple small ulcers in the springtime. I don't bring her out and medicate her, but she'll heal herself throughout the summer and put on that much more weight and grow. And I'm not knocking people that bring out their fish and scrape them all the time and measure up.
Yeah.
My ponds are planted, right? So it's hard to catch them at the best of times. And I don't want
to net them out. You end up ripping out half your plants with it.
All your plants, yeah.
And plus, my pond isn't square, and you're just not going to catch them, right?
No, you're trying to go around rocks and everything. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't have big rocks in the pond. I have it all around it. And because it's not a normal shaped pond, it's more of an L-shaped at some sections. It's just the only way to do it is to drain it down and then get in, and then I can catch them. Or first thing in the spring when they're a little bit slower, I can catch.
Yeah.
But right now, they would just laugh at me.
Now, Chris, when you say ulcers, are you meaning just like red streaks or red little blotches, or are you talking about a?
No, I'm just talking red blotches that stick out a tiny bit.
Yeah.
They're just stressed.
Yeah.
We're not talking about open wounds, that are this big.
Golf ball size lumps.
Yeah, we're not seeing open skin or anything like that. It could easily open. And I didn't treat the pond last year. Usually I'll consider doing a PP treatment in the fall, just to basically nuke all the bacteria right before I close it down.
Yeah, just before the temperature drops too much and it, all the parasites go dormant. If you can put that little bit in there, just to, if there's anything there before it goes into autumn and winter.
And then people will ask, well, your koi are still healthy enough to go through a PP treatment.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to
aerate the heck out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to do it in the springtime as well, but I didn't do it this year, and I really didn't do it last. I did it. I used my PP over at a friend's house because he had some real issues. But then again, when I buy my potassium permanganate, I buy 10 pounds of it at a time at a water treatment facility, and it's under $100. and you guys,
Ooh, that's nice.
yeah, well, you would have access to one as well, Christine.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't have anything to use it on. I'm just saying, if I needed it, that'd be great.
Well, that's the only medication other than salt I keep on hand, because it'll do
Yep.
everything virtually for you.
Okay.
That's probably the safest one. Once you get used to it, it's probably one of the safest.
Mhm.
That's
But
the
you
thing,
gotta
got to get used to it.
you got to know how your fish and how your pond is going to react, because everyone is different on that.
Mhm.
I find.
Yeah, but if you're using it for the first time, how are you going to know how it's going to react?
Mhm.
I mean, you know
That's
what I mean? There's always a first time.
Yeah, so that's when you keep a bottle of
Hydrogen peroxide.
hydrogen peroxide on hand, because that will neutralize it immediately, or chlorinated water actually will neutralize it.
Oh,
It'll neutralize pretty quick. You're going to aerate your pond. You're going to shut your filters down. Then you're going to get a rough estimate of how many gallons you got in there. There's actual thing of how much to bring it up. But I like to use the color method.
Mhm.
I'll slowly add until I get to a really nice strong purple, and let it boil. When I say let it boil, let it stay there for 3 to 4 hours of the purple, and then it'll gradually go down to pink, and then kind of a brownish color.
Yeah.
But the benefit of that as well is just leave it for a day or two. It's going to kill a lot of algae.
oh.
Yeah.
Now, why do you want to shut your filters down? Is it, I mean, unless you're be able to tear them apart and do them separate. I mean, isn't all that stuff in your filter too?
It is, and then I'm going to later, but that is
Oh.
also going to weaken the PP treatment.
Oh.
Depending
Oh,
on the filter. Like I've got a lot of mechanical filtration and all the mats. It's going to stop and slow down a lot of the PP.
okay.
So that's why I shut it off.
And then treat
Okay.
And then you can go nuke those later, and it doesn't matter, because you're going to wipe out beneficial and non-beneficial bacteria then.
Okay. So if you're going to do a treatment, make sure you have good beneficial bacteria to jumpstart it, or a jumpstart or filter jumpstart for spring, and then just do that after you pee, right?
Well, it really helps when you have a healthy ecosystem and aquariums, because your sponge filters in your house or in your aquariums, you're going to seed your filtration with that. Just going to give that a couple good squeezes. As long as you know that tank is healthy, otherwise you could risk the
opening a book of worms.
But or if you don't want to self-seed, it doesn't take long for the beneficial bacteria to get there.
No, you could always, if you wanted to add that beneficial in anyway, you could always use stuff like Bacto Plus or anything like that into the system.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
Pretty good stuff.
It's one of those things you just get used to, and then you get comfortable. The only other recommendations I would follow is wear gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Did you end up purple hands?
Well, you don't really get purple hands.
Oh.
You're going to get brown fingers, and then brown fingers don't look good. I mean, you go out to dinner with brown fingers, people are going to look at you.
Chris, can I have permission to do it?
Yes. Oh gosh, that's funny.
I knew putting them on there was going to come in handy at some point within the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I
Yeah.
have permission? I got to do it. I got to do it. I can't.
Chris just set you up for it, so I don't blame you. That's fine. Wasted opportunity if you didn't.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Wait, all indoors this year? How come?
Yeah, Wickham seems. I think he's doing a lot of setting up certain sections and things like that. So I believe it's better for him if he can move them all inside, so that he can get the diggers in and
Gotcha.
all of that kind of side of it.
I'll be interested to see, especially now that I'm subscribed. So
Yeah, definitely be interesting to see.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
for the heating.
his temperature jumps that much, huh? 75
Mhm.
Fahrenheit in the day and 25 Fahrenheit after dark. That's quite a big jump
That is a big drop.
of difference. So that must be why he's bringing it indoors.
Yeah, yeah.
The heating,
Put
yeah.
that heat in.
And the heating. Jeepers.
Mhm.
That is a huge,
temperature swing, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a big swing. Definitely is on that one. I would, if I had the chance to do it that way, I probably would have done the same.
Mm.
Definitely, because yeah, that is definitely a swing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, right.
Now, how's that work for you guys in the winter? Because obviously I've never been there, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering how cold your winter is there. Because, you know, if the pond was deep, it should be okay. Thanks for doing that, Gord. That's kind of you.
Yep.
Ah, damn, it's Elaine's crafting.
yeah. She's a sweetheart.
Ah, damn. That's funny.
I know. I love her. I love her.
Yep. That's great. Every time you read it out, you got to say the first part as well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Chris, when the way you're doing it with your visual method,
Mhm.
now, okay, like say if somebody has dyed their pond, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so does the dye affect the PP or no?
I don't believe so, but it's going to affect how you look at the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a funky color.
Yeah, so you'd really want to do some measurements.
Yeah, you'd want to get it spot on.
You'd want to do the math.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because I know I'm not the only one that dyes my pond.
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
But right now, you would have no reason to use PP.
No, but I'm just saying if other people do and they have dyed their pond, I just thought it would be good FYI to make sure. Okay, so you're saying if you're going to use it, don't use your method by color. You just make sure you do the measurements.
Do the measurement.
Do
Yeah.
the measurements.
Never really go by somebody else's method, because what works for one pond doesn't necessarily work for another.
Excellent point, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to realize I've been doing this using PP for well over a decade on this particular pond. So I know how everything reacts here. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't test my water in it because the fish are going to tell me what I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anyone flash. There's no one sulking. They all have healthy appetites.
Yeah.
So why bother? It's like,
exactly.
you know, if you've had a swimming pool for years and years, you know, after the first season or the second season, what the pool's doing. So, you know, if you needed a pH up, pH down, if you needed to, you know, do more chlorine or if you had to shock the pool, you would know it. It's just by the way it reacts. And you'll know that with your pond, way it reacts. And I must say, for anyone who hasn't seen Christine's pond system, I love it. Simply because she's got the best of both. I think you're 4 feet, maybe 5 feet down and 2 feet up. Like you're elevated.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about
Well,
4.5 feet down. So the other pond is almost 5 feet down.
Yeah.
So, but then like 18 inches and then 24 inches up.
Yeah. So, that's perfect because you can work with that. And then for you, being able to cover it is so easy, or so much easier for you. And then, using the hay bales around it as insulator it's brilliant.
Mm.
And your fish are warm and toasty, sitting by a fire eating marshmallows, compared to mine who are shivering at the bottom going, fucking winter.
Someone get me my duvet. It's freezing down.
Exactly.
I don't know. I like the way you're doing it though better, Chris, because in order for carp to be healthy, they need to go through a strong winter.
Yeah.
They need to shut down for a while and go into that hibernation state. But they're still going at yours. They're still going to the bottom. They're still being taken off food. It's not like you're in there feeding them and you're not doing they're still going to the bottom and going, okay, it's rest period. We're not moving unless we absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's done great. And, Maureen, I think, once you have that shed done, I can't wait to see the new systems.
I know.
That's going to be so cool.
A lot of thinking.
I can't wait to see her fire up that filter. That's what I'm waiting for.
Me too. I want to see how clear that water gets.
Well, I'm sure the fish are going, oh yeah, bring it on.
Bring on that jacuzzi.
Now, are you going to do a pergola over top eventually?
Yes. Or? Yeah. We'll probably do that because it's very hot in the summer, so it'll be hot for us working out there and everything. So I don't want to burn my my brother out with helping me on projects. So I said, well, maybe when it's a little cooler in the fall, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's a great fall project. Are you going to cover it in? Are you going to wrap it? Are you going to cover it?
I'm going to do something on the side so I don't have to. I'm going to do something on the side so I don't have to worry about predators getting in there without me, so that I don't have to use the net over the pond if my sides or if I have netting on the sides. And then winter, I was going to try to do, either polycarb sheets or something so that it'll stop the wind because we're really windy here in the winter.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of cut the wind.
If you can cut the wind, and I don't know if you're going to cover up the top, which would be with polycarb, that would be excellent. And then you've got virtually a greenhouse.
Yeah.
So you're, because you guys on the East Coast get actual sun in the winter where Christine and I deal with gray. Your typical gray winter where you're going, come on, give us a blue sky. But then when you get a blue sky, it's cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's why we get really depressed. We have a lot of winter depression because it's just so gloomy all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they do that in the UK, right? Because it rains and rains and then it rains again.
Yeah.
I would class it season depression, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's the UK.
A lot of people here will, head south, right? If they can.
Yeah.
They can get away from the cold and they can see blue again.
So Gord's just asked, Chris, ammonia spike in an outdoor pond. It was suggested trying using Seachem Safe. Any comment?
I'm assuming that's for me. I've never used Seachem Safe.
I've never used it either.
I love their hang on the back filters, and I love their fertilizers for your plants. I can't say that I've ever used that for ammonia spikes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
No,
No,
I haven't used anything
I've never
like
used
that. I've seen people using like the API stress coats.
Yeah.
When if the fish are getting stressed out, but I've not heard anything. Obviously, I've seen other videos or whatnot with using like sea light and things like that to absorb
Yeah.
ammonia.
Yeah.
I really haven't really concerned myself with ammonia spike in the pond, simply with the amount of plants I have going on.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you've got them 2 other ponds that are
they're
heavily
bog.
planted.
I've got 2 bog filters that are turning over, and the one is, it's got to be 8 feet long, 2.5 feet deep, and it's just got nothing but plants. There's no gravel at the bottom. The other one is shallow. It's only maybe a foot and a half deep, but with a little bit of gravel, and it's heavily planted. So I'm not really worried about that. Plus, I've got 4 waterfalls, and that's going to burn off ammonia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Nice.
When I was planning my ponds, I built the first one, then added to it. But with my job that I had, I got insomnia, so I would stay up like Shane all night, and I would come up with ideas and plan them over the winter, and then try to put them into action in the spring.
Yeah.
And sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't, but usually they did, because you had, with us, it's 7 months of winter basically to come up with those ideas.
Yeah. Yep. Even if you plan an idea and you've got all winter and you get there and you just re-go over what you planned, but you've you've had a few weeks off it. And then you go back reading, you're like, really?
Well,
if I can just put that there instead.
You thought of the plans, you drew up,
tweaking it.
You drew up the plans.
Yep.
And then, I really never asked anyone else what they thought about it. I just kind of went and did it. We can wanted to know about adding all the ponds, or doing it all inside, and they just want to know about water changes.
Yeah. Actually, water changes when that happens. Yeah, you can do. Again, you just depending on how high your levels are and whatnot, depending on how much you got to take out.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Well, it all depends on how stocked it is, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you've got a heavy, same as a tank, if you've got a heavily stocked tank and you're getting quite a bad ammonia spike, then you'll be dropping it down 70%.
Yeah, indoor pond is just basically an aquarium that's bigger and doesn't have glass. For the most part.
Yeah,
that's why all you have to think of it is it's an aquarium. Because I doubt you're going to have that many water plants in it. Now you might be able to put lots of plants like pothos and stuff coming out of the pond that are going to suck up nitrates and nitrates and help you with that. But you're going to have to add more lighting, yada yada yada, to get it to that point.
Yeah.
Neil, if you want any, or Dean, if you want any ideas, I'll sure to send them to you.
Even more room in the tank, I hope. Yeah, it will be.
Well, guys, we hit our 1 hour mark, so we're gonna cut it. She's got to get out.
I gotta get back out and help my brother. Yep.
I gotta do my hair.
I'm gonna go and enjoy my tomahawk steak.
Oh,
Ooh,
go.
that sounds good.
Okay, we're staying on for 2 more seconds. What the hell's a tomahawk steak?
That was a big old steak. Basically, it's the
Yeah.
one that's still got the bone attached to it.
Oh,
The big bone.
Like a Fred Flintstone steak.
Okay.
Yummy.
Well, I expect to hear a full report on that next Sunday.
Yep, definitely.
Along with the picture.
yeah.
I'll even
What the-
email you the picture. before we eat.
Before and after him eating the steak.
Yes,
There
absolutely.
you go.
I'm in a meat coma.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a massive ribeye.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you
Well,
everybody for joining.
Thank
Who's
you.
watching.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody
Thank you,
coming.
everyone.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, we'll
And
catch
we're going to be streaming on different channels, and we will talk more about that next week when we figure out which week each one of us is going to have.
Yeah.
And we will be posting links to all our pages in our community posts, so you can make sure that you subscribe to each one of them, so you know where and how to get to where we're going to be streaming that week. So that way we're streaming on each one of the 4 channels every other week.
That way
So
you
we're going to be
don't
bouncing
skip
around.
the road.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Once we figure out which week we're going to pick, we'll let you guys know tomorrow, not tomorrow, so next Sunday, and we'll go ahead and let you guys know where we're going to be.
Yeah. So also,
But on that note, thank you guys for coming.
Community post.
Yes,
now.
keep your eye out on the community post.
And,
Thank you guys for joining. I'm Chris from Sweetacre Koi Farm. That is
Stubbs from Stubbs. Products.
Maureen from Keith's Koi Haven.
And I've been Shane from Hearts Quay.
thanks, guys, for joining us.
Bye.
Appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.
Bye
Bye
for
now.